Okay, lesson number 2 in the unit of logarithms. Okay, so this video, once again, is just reviewing prior knowledge that you need to have in order to do what is expected of you in the lesson. So before we can talk about properties of logarithms, okay, let's review properties of exponents. So take your highlighter and go properties of exponents. And this is, remember that one random warm-up quiz that I gave you guys and I was like, it does not matter, just please try. This is kind of where that stems from. Okay, so let's review. Okay, we have product of a power property. Okay, so this is the multiplication rule. Meaning that when I multiply something, multiplying, look right here, multiplying. It could also be in parentheses like this, right? But when I am multiplying something with the same base, I just add the exponents, right? And you have to remember that an exponent is repeated multiplication. So an exponent, repeated multiplication. And for the most part, everybody knows that. I know you know that. So then 5 to the third power is 5 times 5 times 5. And then we have this multiply times 5 6 times. That's 6. Just ignore that. That was 6. So then 3 plus 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I guess it was just one more. Is 9. So it's just you add the exponents. So over here in a little note, add exponents. Okay, and what I want you to do in your notes, I don't want you to write down the scribbles, but we're multiplying on the, we multiply the bases, so, or inside you could say. Multiply, oh, outside. And then we add the inside numbers. Okay, and then quotient power. Well, addition means that we're multiplying right here, means we're adding, right? And so then dividing means we're subtracting. So I'm trying to think of like 10,000 things at once. Okay, divide. Dividing. And then subtract. Okay, then we have power to power rule, which means we just multiply these two numbers. Okay. So, and you have to remember that all of this has to do with the same base. So 5 and 5 have to be the same in order for me to subtract my exponents, right? This, the only one it doesn't matter is power to power because it's just a power and a power. Remember, oftentimes in math, we have words that mean the same thing. An exponent is the same as a power, okay? And that's all I want you to do. So it says, so when we multiply same bases outside the exponents, we add the inside exponents. Okay, when we divide by the same bases outside exponents, we subtract the inside exponent. Okay, and so yes, that's kind of it. That is the review of properties of exponents. And how that's going to help us is that, remember, an exponential function is the inverse of a logarithm, and a logarithm is the inverse of an exponent. So all of these rules are going to be the same but backwards, and we'll talk about that in the next video.